Hi, thanks so much for joining me today on Soap Queen TV. I'm Anne-Marie from brambleberry.com and soapqueen.com. Are you looking for a fun project that you can do with the teens? I've got just the thing for you, a melt and pour project with an edgy twist. We're going to be using temporary tattoos to jazz up a simple bar of soap. The hardest part is just picking up the tattoos. I have two easy techniques I'm going to show you. First is a very simple, plain one using a basic tattoo. The next is a little more advanced. It uses an embedding technique. If you've never made melt and pour soap before, stop right now and check out the first 4 episodes of Soap Queen TV. In those episodes, I show you how to melt soap base, fragrance the soap base, color the soap base, and detail some special tips and tricks, especially around dealing with molds. But if you know how to use melt and pour and make it already, well, just keep following along. I've pre-made this bar of soap already using white melt and pour base, the liquid black non-bleeding colorant, and the Wasabi fragrance oil. Wasabi is so weird sounding, but it is absolutely intoxicating as a fragrance. The kids are gonna love it. I mixed this all together and then poured it in my organic flexible mold. Other popular fragrances for teens include black tea, white tea and ginger, energy, vanilla select, oatmeal milk and honey, and yuzu, just to name a few. For this soap, I'm going to choose the electric guitar tattoo from the set that comes from brambleberry.com. It's easy to use. Just cut around the tattoo, peel off the clear backing, and then place it face down in the middle of your gray soap. This is the part where you need a little bit of patience. Take a regular dish sponge, dip it in some water, hold it in place on your tattoo for 10-second increments. Move to the next spot. The idea is to get the entire back of the paper totally wet so that the tattoo sticks on top of the soap. This looks pretty good to me. The paper is translucent, so I'm just going to gently peel up a corner and see if the tattoo stays on the soap. And the tattoo is staying on the soap, so just keep peeling gently and woo! It's on there, yay! Now just let the excess water dry and you're done. See how easy that was? Now, I'm gonna show you how to get the same technique done with an embedding look. I just melted some clear melt and pour soap base and I'm applying the bluing technique, which you can learn about in episode 4 of the Soap Queen TV Melt and Pour series. I'm not fragrancing this layer because I want it to stay water white. I'm going to fill up my flexible dome mold about halfway full. Just spritz that top with rubbing alcohol to get rid of any excess bubbles. Set it aside for 10 minutes until a thick skin has formed. Once the soap is cooled, it's time to pick out your tattoo. Now, you don't have to use the tattoos from brambleberry.com. If you can find any temporary, skin-safe tattoo, this technique works with those too. Cut gently around the sides of the tattoo, peel off that clear layer, stick it down in the middle of your round soap. Take your sponge, dip it in water, and now let's get to pressing. Remember, hold it down for 10 seconds at a time. Okay, it's off. Let this sit for a few minutes to evaporate any excess water that got stuck down there. It's time to make the back. I'm gonna melt some white soap in the microwave. This is the layer we're gonna fragrance. I'm gonna use yuzu. Check the temperature of the soap. Remember, we don't want it to be too warm or else it'll melt that first layer. Ideally, you want your soap to be 120 degrees or below. Spritz that first layer with rubbing alcohol. This will help the 2 layers adhere together. Gently and slowly pour that white soap. Spritz the white soap with rubbing alcohol. Set it aside for a few hours and you're done. I love using these flexible molds because they just pop out so easy. Check this out. Boom! And it's out. I love it. It's time for the finishing touch, the wrapping. If you haven't seen the wrapping episode that I did on Soap Queen TV and you want to learn how to wrap your soap with saran wrap, check it out. But here I found some cellophane bags at the dollar store that are perfect for this project. Look at this great pattern. Put your soaps in there, tie it with a ribbon, and you're done. Perfect gift giving ideas. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Soap Queen TV. Until next time, happy soaping.